Hey, sit quietly for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. You've been carrying a lot in your mind lately. So many thoughts, so many worries, so many what-ifs. And even when you try to rest, your mind keeps going. Thinking about the future. Thinking about family. Thinking about things you cannot control. And sometimes it feels exhausting. Because even when your body is tired, your heart keeps carrying the weight of concern. But listen to this is not random. God is speaking to you right now, and He's saying, release your worries. I am in control. Take another slow breath and let those words settle gently into your heart. God says, I know what has been weighing on your mind. I know the thoughts that quietly return late at night, the concerns you carry for the people you love, the uncertainty about the future, the fear of things changing, the fear of things not changing. God says, I know you've spent much of your life trying to hold everything together, trying to protect everyone, trying to prepare for every possibility, trying to make sure things would be okay. And that habit of carrying responsibility has stayed with you for many years. God says, but hear me gently, you were never meant to carry the entire weight of life alone. Some things are not yours to hold. Some burdens are meant to be placed in my hands. God says, I know worry feels natural sometimes, especially when life feels uncertain, especially when the future feels unclear, especially when the people you love are on your heart constantly. But worry is exhausting your spirit. It is stealing peace from moments that were meant to be gentle. God says, I do not want you to live every day carrying fear about tomorrow. I want your heart to rest, to breathe, to trust that you are not managing life alone. God says, I am already ahead of you, already present in the future you are worrying about, already working in situations you cannot yet see clearly. God says, you may not understand everything happening right now, but I need you to trust this. I am still guiding your life, still protecting you, still making a way forward even when things feel uncertain. God says, I know there are moments when your thoughts become overwhelming, moments when your mind races through every possible outcome. And before you realize it, peace has disappeared from your heart. But listen carefully, not every thought deserves your energy. Not every fear deserves your attention. God says you do not have to solve every future problem today. You do not have to carry tomorrow before it even arrives. Today already has enough for your heart to hold. God says this season of your life is meant to become softer, more peaceful, more grounded, not filled with endless worry. God says, I know it is difficult to let go sometimes, because part of you feels that if you stop worrying you will lose control. But hear me gently, you were never truly in control, to begin with. And that is not something to fear, because I am. God says, I have carried you through every season already, through heartbreak, through uncertainty, through loss, through moments you once thought you would never survive, and yet you are still here, still breathing, still standing, still loved. God says, so why would I leave you now? Why would I stop guiding you now? Why would I abandon you in this chapter? I want. God says you do not need to understand every detail to trust that I am working. Sometimes peace comes not from having answers, but from knowing you are being held by someone greater than your fears. God says, release the pressure to control every outcome. Release the fear that everything depends on you. Release the burden of carrying tomorrow in your mind every night. God says, I want to replace your anxiety with peace, your fear with trust, your heaviness with rest. God says, and yes, there may still be uncertain moments ahead. Life will never be completely predictable. But you do not walk into the future alone. I walk with you. God says, I know your heart has been tired from thinking too much, tired from carrying invisible worries, tired from trying to stay strong all the time. So let me carry some of that weight now. You do not have to hold it all anymore. God says there are still peaceful days ahead of you, still quiet mornings filled with comfort, still gentle moments where your heart feels calm again. But you must allow yourself to receive that peace. God says one day you will look back on the things that once kept you awake at night and realize something beautiful. I was already taking care of it while you were worrying. God says, so breathe deeply today. Release the tension from your heart. Stop carrying what was never yours to carry alone. Because I am still in control, still guiding your life, still protecting your heart. and still leading you toward peace. God says you can rest now. Not because life is perfect, but because you are no longer facing it alone. If this message brought peace to your heart, type GODISIN control in the comments. And remind yourself today, you do not have to carry every burden alone. God is already holding tomorrow in His hands.